Soon, the heroes arrived at Angel Island, which found itself grounded in the ocean. There were several badniks setting up the racetrack around the island, and the heroes soon came across Knuckles trying to dismantle a couple of them. Yo, Knux, what's going on here? These badniks are trying to lay roads on my island. Well, yeah, obviously, but what's Angel Island even doing in the ocean again? Did someone steal your Master Emerald again? If so, I'd like to pay them a visit. Knuckles glared at Rouge. No one stole the Master Emerald. But I wish it was that simple. Knuckles began to recount the events that had happened earlier that morning. Knuckles was fulfilling his duty as guardian of the Master Emerald to protect the gemstone from those who would use it for their own nefarious purposes. However, something felt off today. There was a peculiar storm, one unlike anything Knuckles had seen before. It was warm, wet, cold, musky, and electric all at the same time. And on top of that, it left Knuckles with quite the headache. Knuckles was so preoccupied with his sudden head pains that he hardly noticed the rainwater form into a creature behind him. Chaos, the god of destruction, suddenly leaped off of the Master Emerald and attacked its guardian. The pair began to fight vigorously. Chaos used his extendable limbs to attack Knuckles at a range, while Knuckles only had to rely on his speed and even more impressive strength. As the battle continued, this strange storm began to interfere with the Master Emerald, but Knuckles hadn't noticed yet. With one precise strike, Knuckles finally defeated the Water Link, sending him back to his puddle. Yet, to Knuckles' surprise, the puddle quickly dissipated, far quicker than any liquid should. It was as if it ceased to exist. Along with the god of destruction, it seemed that the storm had dissipated. Before Knuckles could even question this, he felt the entire island tremble. That's when he looked back at the Master Emerald. With one final flicker, the emerald's color changed from a glowing green to a dark purple. Something had gone terribly wrong. The energy output being given by the emerald was greatly different to that of the Master Emerald, and without the precise energy the gemstone once gave off, there was nothing keeping Angel Island in the air, and soon it came crashing into the ocean once more. I still don't know what changed it. Maybe it was chaos, maybe it was something else. But whatever the case, it's still the Master Emerald, and no matter what form it takes, it's still my duty to protect it. Well, Knux, I think I know a pretty good place to start. We need to find Eggman, and to do that, we need to finish these races he's set up. If that's what it takes, fine. I'll do anything to get my island back to normal. I won't fail it again. Hey, don't worry, Nucky. I'll help you figure this out. No one messes with those I love, after all. Knuckles was very flustered. I don't need you watching my back, Batgirl. I was talking about the Master Emerald, cutie. But it's real sweet that you think I'm that selfless. Just shut up! Rouge made sure to tease Knuckles all the way to the starting line at Ice Cap Zone. Before long, the race was underway. The sound of engines roaring could be heard all throughout the icy mountaintops. Knuckles, in his own vehicle, gave Sonic a couple boost wisp, allowing him to take first place. But just as victory seemed to be in his grasp, he heard a screech round the bend. Metal Sonic was closing in. Here we go again. You actually gonna do something this time, Metal? Or are you just here to look scary? Metal made his intentions clear as he suddenly sideswiped Sonic. The Speedstar skidded as Sonic tried to regain control on the icy roads. Alright, let's make this interesting. The pair of blue rivals raced along the track, each one trying to get ahead of the other. It seemed as if the pair were evenly matched. However, that's when the cavalry arrived. Rounding the bend with her own vehicle, loosely resembling that of a duck boat, came Marine the raccoon, along with a Jade Ghost Wisp. "All right, Sheila, you know what to do." The Jade Ghost quickly flew past the vehicles and raced alongside Metal Sonic. Using its signature Hyper-Go-On abilities, it fused with Metal Sonic, making him intangible. Not only could he now no longer attack anyone, but the Jade Wisp began manipulating Metal Sonic's vehicle. The car began to curve left and right, zigzagging all throughout the track. Metal Sonic tried to regain control, but it was far too late. The Formula One speed demon suddenly raced over a ramp, flying through the air. In its trajectory was a large ice spike. Of course, this would be no problem, seeing as the vehicle was currently translucent, but just as it was passing through, the Jade Wisp canceled its effect, making the vehicle solid once more. Metal Sonic's vehicle was now half in and half out of the spike. It was truly trapped. The Jade Wisp flew over to the heroes, with Sonic giving it a quick thumbs up for its good work. Not bad, little guy. Just as all seemed peaceful, Metal Sonic burst out of the ice spike. His vehicle may have been destroyed, but he would not go down so easily. Even in his current damaged state, Metal Sonic blasted forward at Mach speed, attempting to get his vengeance against the heroes. When suddenly, of all attacks, Metal Sonic felt a splash of water. Metal Sonic turned back to look at his assailant. Marine stood defiantly. "I know, a water ball probably isn't the hardest attack, but even I'm smart enough to know what happens to water when it gets cold." Metal Sonic looked down in what can only be described as synthetic horror. The water that had once been little more than a nuisance to Metal Sonic was now freezing over his metallic frame. His durable outer shell was now becoming more brittle by the second. Metal Sonic quickly focused on trying to get as much of the ice off as possible by igniting his jet engine. This left him vulnerable, so Blaze jumped in, attacking the metallic faker. Metal Sonic countered with a hard slash at the pyrokinetic princess. As their battle began to heat up, Marine jumped onto Metal Sonic's head, getting the bot off balance. Seeing her opportunity, Blaze fired forth a bolt of flames, knocking Metal Sonic back. As Metal tried recomposing himself, he was suddenly engulfed in a cyan aura. Before he could even try breaking free, Silver hurled him off into the distance. He flew for yards before colliding with a huge ice spike and falling to bits on the ground. Out of the eyesight of the heroes, he began to fade and disappear into nothingness. As the heroes completed the race, Eggman, through the speakers of Metal Eggman, began berating the heroes.
"How dare you! Why shouldn't I blow this machine right now, you filthy cheaters?"
"Oh, we're the cheaters? Last time I checked, Metal Sonic attacked us first."
Well, you see,
They do make a good point, Doctor. They were only acting in self-defense.
What, aren't you meant to be on my side, Dudampa?
I'm here to test out my vehicles. Nothing more, Doctor.
Fine, whatever. You have this round, rodents, but don't test me again. Bomb disabled.
As the heroes began packing up their vehicles to head out to the next race location, Sonic walked over to Dudampa. "What's your deal anyway, dude?" "I don't understand the question." "Well, one minute you're helping Eggman set up these death races, then you're coming to our defense? I'm just having trouble reading you, dude." "I suppose you deserve an explanation. Well, I build vehicles, and word across the galaxy is that Eggman is a genius at harnessing the power of Hyper-Go-On energy. Quite the green energy source. They're also living things. It's all steps in progress, my boy. If I helped him arrange a couple races, he would give me his notes on Hyper-Go-On conversion. With such a naturally occurring energy source, I could create engines that wouldn't need fossil fuels and would help the environment across the galaxy. And it'll all come at the expense of the wisp you enslave? Well, when you say it like that, it sounds like a bad thing now, doesn't it? Well, I've come too far to slow down now. And without another word, the royal business tycoon flew off. That guy's a real piece of work, isn't he, Knuckles? Agreed. 4 more races were held on Angel Island. The first was set in the lush Mushroom Hill Zone. It was then followed by a scorching drive through Sandopolis, a high-flying ride through Sky Sanctuary, an area that Blaze especially didn't like, wrapped up with a good old race around the beaches of Angel Island. Though it was impossible for the face to change, the metal Eggman's grin seemed to be even larger than usual, as the doctor's voice rung out from it.
Congratulations! You completed all but one challenge. For you all to be doing as well as you have been, I guess Dudampa hasn't been directing my badniks correctly. Oh well, he's still of use to me.
Metal Eggman's attention turned to one of the racers in particular.
Sonic, this next race is very important. You're only allowed to bring your team with you.
I knew you were getting tired of losing, but changing the rules mid-game, Doc?
Trust me, this is no game. Now, report to Red Mountain for your final challenge.
Before Sonic could even begin choosing his team, Cream stepped up. Mr. Sonic, I want to help. Everyone initially tried convincing Cream that this would be too dangerous for her, but she was insistent. You said you want to find Dr. Eggman so you can find Tails. But Tails is my friend too. And I want to help find him. Sonic knew there was no talking Cream out of this. All right, Cream. Just stay on guard. Sonic then turned to Knuckles. Knux, you know this island better than anyone. Can you show us the way? Of course. With all the preparations set, this makeshift team hero set out for Red Mountain. And this is where we're going to be leaving this What If for right now. Yes, put down the pitchforks. I know this was meant to be the finale to the Team Sonic Racing portion of this What If, but this episode's already pretty long, and these things are meant to cap out around 15 minutes. So, yeah, the final challenge is going to be its own episode. But hey, that means I get to describe the final challenge in far more detail, make it far more grandiose. So, expect that in the near future. I'm Comic Fan 13, and I hope you have a good day.